Whether you're into anime or not, Naruto is a name that most of us have heard. It wouldn't be an exaggeration if I were to call Naruto one of the most renowned anime ever. If you ever stuck through the entire series all the way to the end of Shippuden, you'll definitely find this video exciting. Welcome back to our channel. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button down below, and don't forget to press that bell icon to get updates on the videos we put out. Can you imagine the world of Shinobi being completely different from what we know? If we had to witness the show's protagonist go down a different path, that would change the fate of this entire fictional universe. The tale of Naruto Uzumaki is, to say the least, extraordinary. As we know, our blonde-haired troublemaker did not exactly have the nicest childhood growing up in the Konoha. Nonetheless, Naruto never lost his spunk, nor did he sway from his Nindou. But to be honest, it shouldn't be too hard to believe if Naruto switched his path from wanting to be the Hokage and protecting the hidden leaf to wanting to destroy the leaf and everyone in it. After all, they did treat him like an outcast from the day he was born. The notorious antagonist group, Akatsuki, mostly an S-class rogue ninjas and criminals led from the shadows by Obito, Tobi Uchiha. 3 orphans from the war, Amegakure, Yahiko, Nagato, and Konan, ran into the Sannin in the Second Shinobi War. After finding out that Nagato possessed the Rinnegan, Jiraiya believed that Nagato could be the child of prophecy and began to train the 3. 3 years into the training, he left them to return to the leaf. The Akatsuki was an organization found by these 3 during the Third Shinobi War and was intended to bring peace to the Hidden Rain Village by forming alliances. Obito, who had manipulated Nagato, convinced the Akatsuki that infinite Tsukiyomi is the only way the world will ever know peace. Nagato, being shattered by the death of his friend, began to believe that the world will not willingly consent to the idea of peace. He then decided to join Obito with the alias Pain. Now imagine a world where Naruto, after being hated for no fault of his own by the entire village, decides to destroy the Konoha Gakure. Naruto lost both his parents in the very day he was born. With no parental figure in his life, the 3rd Hokage was the only one providing for him. The old man didn't exactly do a good job at it. Dropping off monthly allowance was pretty much all he did for Naruto, and he was left to live all by himself. He constantly looked like a monster to the villagers because he was a Jinchuriki. The young boy's mind was filled with resentment for the people of Konoha, and this only intensified after he watched kids his age being told by their parents to not include him. Even after trying his best at the Ninja Academy to keep up with his peers, he always got yelled at by his teachers and laughed at by the other kids. The boy who always wanted to be Hokage started hating the village and Hokage. The only thing keeping Naruto in the village was his desire to become stronger. At the time of the academy exams, he was the only one in his year not to be promoted to Genin. Naruto, being determined to not fall behind, decided to do whatever it takes to pass the exams. He is manipulated by Mizuki to steal a secret scroll so that he can learn forbidden jutsus. Naruto, being the young, naive boy, steals the scrolls and learns multi-shadow clone jutsu. Amazed at how quickly he learned the forbidden jutsu, Naruto can't help but think the extent of his abilities. Naruto gets into trouble for stealing the scroll. Nonetheless, he graduates from the academy and becomes a Genin. After graduating, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura join Team 7 with Hatake Kakashi as their sensei. Sasuke doesn't even care who he teams up with because he has an agenda of his own. Sakura, for the trash she is, despises Naruto and doesn't let him forget that for a second. Although this hurts Naruto, he decides to stick it out until he has enough strength. Mission after mission, Naruto encounters shinobi who are forced to face the same fate as him. Like Haku, the resentment of his heart begins to grow stronger. Naruto starts to believe in releasing these shinobi with horrible pasts from their current lives as a way of saving them. Soon after the Chunin exams commence, the Squad 7 decides to take the exam. After hearing that, all the people came to see Sasuke as he was a Genin with high potential and an Uchiha, making Naruto feel jealous. In the last round of the exams, he faces off against Neji Hyuga, who possesses the Byakugan. He taps into the Nine Tails chakra, fights, and almost ends up killing him. Naruto realizes that he has an immense amount of chakra inside him. Later, Orochimaru shows up with the intent of destroying the leaf and kills the 3rd Hokage. This makes Naruto happy as he has never liked the Hokage. Naruto meets Jiraiya, who agrees to train him so that he can get even stronger. Jiraiya explains everything about Orochimaru and his leaving the village to find immortality and learn forbidden jutsus. After hearing this, Naruto decides to leave the Konoha and work toward his goal of destroying the leaf. Meanwhile, Sasuke leaves the leaf to train under Orochimaru. He intends to get strong enough to kill his brother, Itachi. Naruto, while leaving the village, is approached by the masked man who is Obito Uchiha, who asks him if he wants to join the organization of Akatsuki. Obito explains that the goal of the Akatsuki is infinite Tsukiyomi, a perfect world within a dream where everyone could enjoy true peace. He explains how this is the only way to ensure peace in the world of shinobi. Naruto is sold on the idea and decides to join them. Naruto remembers stories about a masked man who attacked the village years ago, and since he hates the village, Naruto decides to trust this man. He asks him whether he can help Naruto get his revenge on the leaf if he joins the Akatsuki. Obito agrees. After drawing across his headband with a kunai, he leaves with the masked man. Obito takes him to the rest of the Akatsuki, where he meets Itachi, Pain, and Konan among others. He explains that their goal is to collect the tailed beasts. Naruto's chest tightens and he becomes confused. Pain explains to the rest that they are not to harm this Jinchuriki. Obito tells Naruto that they don't require Nine Tails to execute their plan. Naruto breathes a sigh of relief. Pain plans to use Naruto to capture the rest of the tailed beasts, and once that is done, they'll extract the Nine Tails from Naruto. Naruto, completely unaware of this, helps the Akatsuki in capturing all of the tailed beasts, but one, the 8-tail. Pain decides to deal with that on his own and extract the Kyuubi from Naruto. He invites Naruto to the Hidden Rain as a part of a mission, but with the intention of killing him by extracting the Nine Tails. Naruto is suspicious but goes anyway. Back in Konoha, Jiraiya has been trying to track Naruto and Sasuke. He finds leads and tells Tsunade, the current Hokage, that the leader of the Akatsuki might be hidden in the rain, and going there might give him an idea of where Naruto might be. Although Jiraiya knows that he might never return, he decides to go. He leaves the Konoha and infiltrates the rain. He easily gets past Konan and makes his way towards Pain. He's chased and attacked by 2 of the 6 paths of Pain, but manages to defeat one and lose the trail of the other. While Pain is getting ready to stab Naruto in the back, literally, Jiraiya makes it right on time to warn Naruto. Naruto manages to get away and is surprised to see Jiraiya there. The pervy sage entered to his own talk no jutsu mode. Naruto realizes the Akatsuki were using him and they were always planning on killing him. Jiraiya asks Naruto to fight alongside him to defeat Pain. Naruto feels like he can trust him and they fight alongside each other. During the fight, Jiraiya tries to explain to him the truth about his parents and how they wanted him to watch over Naruto. Jiraiya explains how he always thought that Naruto was a child of prophecy and he never lost faith in him. All of the things that Jiraiya told him made him realize how wrong he was for betraying the leaf. Jiraiya activates Sage Mode and tells Naruto to leave the fight to him as he didn't want Naruto getting hurt. Jiraiya manages to figure out the secret behind the 6 paths of Pain, but wasn't successful in defeating Pain. Jiraiya was on the verge of death when Shima and Fukusaku reverse summons both Naruto and Jiraiya to Mount Myoboku. It was too late for Jiraiya, but he held on until he could tell Naruto the secret of Pain. He tells Naruto that the post wasn't there and that Naruto had to find and kill him to end Pain. Jiraiya also tells him that he believes in him and that peace can be achieved in the real world. Naruto, being touched by his teacher's words and realizing all the wrongs he has done, decides to listen to him because talk no jutsu is inevitable, and he trains at Mount Myoboku to acquire Sage Mode. Meanwhile, Pain, thinking that Naruto returned to Leaf, decides to go there and attack the Leaf, and while all seems to be lost, Naruto arrives in the village to fight Pain. He succeeds and finds the host like Jiraiya said. He follows his master's ways and talks to Nagato about how their master sacrificed his life to find peace for the world. A feeling of trust is born inside Nagato and he uses Rinne Rebirth to revive those lives who were killed in the Konoha. Sasuke, after getting strong enough, kills Orochimaru and takes his life into his own hands. He finds Itachi, fights him, and kills him. Soon after, he's approached by Obito who tells him that Itachi was only protecting the village and that was all he ever wanted to do. Sasuke feels that he should follow in his brother's footsteps and protect the Leaf. These two go on to lead the allied shinobi force in the battle in the 4th Great Ninja War after Naruto masters the Nine Tails Chakra and Sasuke his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. But after working together doesn't mean they stop being rivals, and this means there's a good chance of a fight breaking out later. I'm sure you guys are familiar with what goes on with the war. How do you like this angle of Naruto? Be sure to let us know your opinion in the comment section down below, and don't forget to like the video and share this with your fellow anime heads. We'll see you next time with another fun video. Peace.